Hello and welcome to another episode of SqEngineering Engineering. I'm Sprutis, and if you saw the last episode, I know that there are many things to complain about, but we can either waste time on that or try and look forward and try to improve. By the time I'm recording this, the previous episode have not been released as I'm sort of 1 year behind. But in order to let's just say I'm not happy with the fuel hanger, so I will do some more welding on it, etc, etc. So in order to improve on that, I will grind the electrode. I will not sit on the floor. I have brought another welding helmet, which is brand new. We bought it for my wife to use when she's learning, but we haven't got around to do that, so I will borrow that one now. And I will just make sure that things are more clean. But I think the biggest negative from the last episode was the ergonomics. I couldn't really see or move the electrode and the weld pool like I wanted. So hopefully this will work. And you have seen the place where I'm at. I don't really have that much space, so I can't really have a big welding table. Although I could build something on top of my welding machine, but that increases the risk about that. So instead I bought a small foldable camping table. It's not the sturdiest, it's definitely not the biggest, but it will work in this situation, I think. So let's weld. Here is the fuel hanger after we left it last episode. This is where up till here was where I was able to do some sort of treatment, so I will sandblast up to here. If we look here, we see some pores, cracks, stuff. This won't be visible, but I can't leave it like this. I need to clean this up. So I will get started on that. I don't think I will focus on GoPro videos. I think I will try and speed this up instead. I have a test piece. I have a pointy electrode. My ground strap is connected. The fuel hanger is sandblasted and cleaned. I've tested the auto shade on the helmet, working, so I will see if I can make this look a little bit better. So I think I'm happy now with the welding, and as you can see, the bulkhead fittings fit. Feed, return, power feed, and ground. So I will do a bit of sandblasting, some finishing, sanding, and then we can start with the zinc treatment. So we are back with the plastic boxes. Then you know what that means. We have a power supply, we have a zinc ball, we have 2 different kinds of fluids. So we are going to start the next round of electroplating, zinc treatment. And this time I've added an extra wire, quite thick. And so it's only held in place with these clamps, which are also balancing the entire hanger. I couldn't use the other containers as they were too low, actually, meaning some part would anyway stick out, so I might as well continue using this and not waste a good canister. Yeah, so this is already cleaned, and I will pour in the fluid and start the process, and we will see how many hours this takes. So we are 2 hours in, and I think I can see some small changes, but I suspect that I will be here for at least 2 more hours, or 3. But in the meantime, I'm working on the bracket holding my ethanol content sensor. So it's going on top of the steering shaft cover. So I have adjusted the holes a bit so that they fit both the sensor and the mount which this is going on. And we also have the boost solenoid. Screws are falling. So the same with this one, I've adjusted it. That's why it doesn't look very gray, or it's gray but dark and light gray, because I've been hitting it with a hammer, trying to adjust it a bit, and also adjusting the holes so that they now fit. The ethanol content sensor, I've had it for 11 years, but yeah, so we have the quick connect, I think it's called, adapters to AN6. This will be on the return, and then we have hose ends, straight ones, but I think so. The connector is now in the forward direction of the vehicle, and basically the fuel pressure regulator is in line here. So I think I will go with a straight down and then let the hose bend and use a 90 in, and then use this as the return, and then have something like this. So not full 180, 150 or something degrees. So something like this, so that it will clear the steering shaft cover and so on. Yeah, and I also have the hood open. That's very unusual, so let's have a look there. So yeah, I am also looking at a few things in the engine bay and realized we have the fuel pulsation damper there just above my finger, and here we have the banu body which feeds the fuel rail, and if we follow that down, there is another banu, hard to see, but there are 2 of them, and then it goes to one of the hoses, and then down there we have a 10 millimeter or 10 millimeter stainless steel pipe. We also have, so even though I bought a drift motion aeromotive fuel pressure regulator kit, I still have the J-tube mounted, because that's blocking off the old mechanical pump outlet from the engine block. But with the kit there is a block of plate without the pipe, So I will replace the J-pipe one with that one. But yeah, here we also have AN8, which is my feed. So again, 180 and maybe 150. So you see it goes from there and then down between 4 and 5. So it's one option to use the 150 degree and go down there, or use the 180 degree. Sorry, 180 degree and go down towards the firewall. I guess I will be skipping the fuel pressure, fuel pulsation dampener. I can't really use it in that way. I think I would need something off the market or install it separately. So currently, in the middle of the picture, you now have a pressure sensor which is connected to the port which is for the cold start injector. And since I'm on standalone, I don't need that. So instead I'm installing a fuel pressure gauge or a sensor. So I'm just trying to figure things out. So currently it's not really that much to see. But I must say that the camping table and small stool is a really great purchase. It's like I have my own fika table. So that's nice. I do have my workbench, but that's for standing up. So it's nice to sit down every now and then and continue working, because we do have a like a lunchroom here in the garage, but if you go there then you don't really do any work. But here I can sit down and continue doing work. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out a few things while the zinc plating is going on. It would be nice to have the AN6 and AN8 hoses under the car and ready to go once the fuel hanger is ready. And also tomorrow I'm receiving my new tires, or tomorrow or the day after, we will see. So that's exciting. I don't think I can have them in the apartment. The smell will probably disturb us. So I will need to make some room for them here in the garage somehow. Yeah, we'll see how that goes, one way or another. So I will catch up with you when I have more things to say. So a little update. I've managed to remove the bracket or the adapter pipe between the two banyos, which is mounted to the engine mount on the engine side, and that makes it so that I can move the feed line out of the way and try out my adapter. I will put it somewhere around here, which thread it is. The dampener, this is 22 millimeter. The one screw holding the joint down there is 12 millimeter. And yeah, and I also did something else while I was in here. I removed the lid for the wastegate, because as you can see, my Chinesium Teflon adapter, thought it was stainless steel. It's not, it's brass or something. It broke off. I don't think it's supposed to be a tapered thread here, but anyway, I will need to take care of that and mount something else. So the broken off connector started out like this, but also with threads which are here. So I drilled this from the back side, started with 6mm as that was the original size for this hole, and then did 0.5mm increments, and then at 7mm it let go. And I've run a tap through this, so here is a better fitting, working really nice, like so. Not sure if I'm going to be using this one. This one is in metal, although there is an O-ring, but on the other hand we have the membrane and so on, so it should be fine. But then I might as well use something like this, so we have a 90-degree angle. I suspect that we had a leakage here, because this one was only in finger tight, no washer or seal or anything. So yeah, that's interesting. What else? Yeah, that's it for now. Hold on. So here we have the copper washer between the fuel dampener and fuel rail. So I'll be reusing that temporarily, but this one is 13.9mm internal diameter and 20mm external. So I will get an aluminum one, just because I don't want galvanic currents. So just to have something, and I will test fit this, and then I think it's time to head home. We will see. Hold on. So here is the adapter and the 150-degree hose end, and it might fit, but I think the 180 one is better, because then I can let the hose run down just next to the intake runner for the 6th cylinder, basically in the middle of the picture right now. I think that will be cleaner. Yes, I will fix the electrical system. I have started building another harness for many years ago, so it will be taken care of eventually. This is proven and works, so hold on that, but there will be upgrades. But anyway, so I think 180 will be the best option. Then I won't force, so with the 150 I think I will force the hose into the firewall or the pipes going there, the brake lines. So I think straight down will be better. Yeah, so we will be using this. So we are almost at 5 hours, and I think we have, we're starting to build up a zinc coat, but my plan now is actually to take the kit, the buckets and the fluids and the power supply, and take them home and continue right away on my balcony, just so that the gases are kept outside, but at the same time out of the elements. So wish me luck. you will get to see more of this in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay safe. Take care. Bye bye.